are you doing?
Okay, so we'll go back on that again. All right, so we're going to talk today about squares and square roots. Okay, and so this is the opposite of what we were doing last week when we were talking about squares. So if I asked you what is 9 squared, you would say 81. Asking you what the square root of 81 is doing the opposite. I'm saying what number times itself equals 81, and you would say obviously 9. Okay? Now there is another answer. What's another number that times itself equals the square root of 81? Negative 9. Very good, because not only is 9 times 9 equal to 81, but negative 9 times negative 9 is also equal to 81, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay? So these square root thingies actually have 2 answers. This guy right here is usually the one that we're interested in figuring out, and it has a special name. That's called the principal root of a number. So if you just see what's the square root of 81, then you're really looking for 9 as the answer. Okay? Unless it specifically says find them both. What? Okay, so for example, if it says find the 2 square roots of each number, then you come up with both the positive and the negative. Okay? Okay, you just got a text message. No, I'm just kidding. Your phone is lonely though. All right, so for example, like I said, let's find the 2 square roots of each number. So this is the opposite of squaring. You are looking for the number that if you multiplied it times yourself would give you that as an answer. Okay?
We're on to number C.
Huh? Don't shout out answers here because I got to work with Hannah a little bit. Okay? So you ready, Hannah? All right. So I want you to think of a number that if you times it by itself, the same number, right, 9 times 9. So since 9 times 9 is 81, that means the square root of 81 is 9. Okay? No. I'll put the little square root sign there on top of it. Madison, what do you want? Well, let's finish this one first. Okay? The square root of 81 is 9 because 9 times 9 is 81. But it says find the 2 square roots of each number. So then the other one is going to be negative 9. Okay? Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mackenzie? Shh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It says 9 squared equals 81. Okay? Okay, now how about the square root of 1? So what number times itself equals 1, Austin? What? 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And what's the other square root of 1, Michael? Negative 1. Good. Okay? And then 144, that's a little bit trickier because that's a bigger one. Yes. 12. Good. 12 times 12 is 144, and then of course the other one is negative 12. Okay? All right, good. And all of those numbers there, the 81, the 1, and the 144, are called perfect
Square roots.
square numbers.
Doesn't say square.
Good. Because what's true about all the answers to those?
The square root.
They're whole numbers, okay? In other words, if I ask you, what is the square root of 6? What number times itself equals 6? 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4.
2.5.
Right, so it'd be some sort of a weird decimal, right? Okay? Right, so that means that 6 is not a perfect square. Because if I try to take the square root of 6, I do not get a whole number as an answer. It's going to be something in between 2 and 3. Okay? Now the reason why these are called square roots and square numbers is because they come from geometry, which is a square. So if, in other words, if you have a square that has an area of 676 square inches, how would you find out what the dimensions of each side would be? That would give you the, if you knew the perimeter, yeah. But if you want to know the dimensions, if you know the area, yes? You going to say what? Okay, how do you find the area of a square?
You divide by 4.
No, that's
No,
the
you
perimeter
multiply by
again.
4.
That's the, you think about the perimeter, what? Right, if I want to find the area of this square, if I knew the side, I would go the side times the side to get the area. So if I'm going backwards, then what I'm looking for is the square root of 676. In other words, what number times itself will equal 676? Now, the math behind this for you guys is basically a guess and check. So guess a number.
12.
12.
56.
Okay, if I go 12 times 12, I only get 144, so it has to be
It's
bigger.
26.
Okay, did you have a guess? 26. So
You looked
she's
in the
going to
book.
go 26 times 26. Shh. 6 times 6 is 36, carry the 3. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 2 times 6 is 12, carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So that gives me 676. Good. So my answer is 26. Now, in this case, would my answer also be negative 26?
Yes. No.
No. Why?
Because it's not possible.
Right, but in this case, would I use the negative answer as well? In this case here I do, because it says find the 2 square roots of each number. But how can I tell from this problem that I don't want to use the negative answer yet? Right, because I can't have a negative side of a square. Okay? I can't have a negative side of a square. So if you're talking about an area of something, that is always going to be just the positive one. Okay? All right, so then we can also do, of course, some math with these.
Can we get the homework? These are easy.
Good. Good. Maybe you'll do better on your quiz this time.
I will.
What'd you get on this quiz?
This
3.5.
That's 6.5. Because I multiplied them out.
Okay, so copy those down real quick, and then we will solve them. All right, what you guys need to know about this, hey, is square roots, Hannah Quinn, square roots act like parentheses. So you have to do the square root stuff first. So when I look at this problem right here, this is saying 3 times the square root of 25. So I'm going to rewrite that as 3 times, Brianna?
I was going to ask if I got the answer.
Oh, okay, we'll get there in a second. 3 times what, Mr. Blurter? 5. Square root of 25 is 5, okay?
15
Plus
plus
4.
4.
Stop. Then I need to do order of operations from there. Do I do multiplication first or addition? Multiplication. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 4, and then 15 plus 4 is 19. Is that what you got?
No, because I did 25. I did, because like 5 and 5 is 25, and then I added it. Because then I added
Oh,
1
okay.
and I
Right. No, make sure that you do the multiplication first and then the addition. Okay? All right. Now this one is tricky, B, because of the fraction thingy. There's 2 different ways that you can do it. The first way that you can do it, Ben, will you tell me what you said before? Okay, good. Since, like I said, this is parentheses, you do what's inside the parentheses first. So what is 16 divided by 4? 4. So I can rewrite that as the square root of 4 plus 1/2. Then what's the square root of 4? 2. Because 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1/2. And 2 plus 1/2 is 2.5. Okay? So one way you can do it is you can do the math inside the square root first, and then take the square root of that answer. Now the other way that you can do it is you can do the square root of a fraction by doing the square root of the top, and then doing the square root of the bottom. So what is the square root of 16? 4. What is the square root of 4? 2. So that makes it 4 divided by 2 plus 1/2. What's 4 halves plus 1/2? Hold on a sec, Michael. What's 4 halves plus 1/2? 5 halves. And then 5 halves reduces to 2.5. So you get the same answer either way. So you can either do the math first and then take the square root, or you can take the square root of the top and then the square root of the bottom. Yeah. 8. Okay, where did I lose you? Do you understand the square root of 25 is 5? Okay, so square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25, right? So then from here, what do you do first? Okay, so you good? Okay, awesome. Thank you for asking. All right, so let me make sure you have some sort of clue what we're doing here. So do these on your own, and then I'll call on you for the answer.
Mr. Aldrich.
Okay, so some of you are unhappy with my guess and check method, and that's fine.
Yes.
So you've gone to the calculators. So I want to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. If you want to figure out the square root of a number on the calculator, there is a square root button on the left-hand column. So all you need to do is hit the second button first, and then the x squared button, right? Yeah, and then type in the number. So the first one asks you to find the square root of 49. That is 7. Now don't be like Jake. It says find both square roots. So you have to write 7 and -7. So what's the square root of 100?
10 and -10.
Right, 10 and -10. You can do that either by guess and check or on your calculator.
15 and
And then 225 Gesundheit is the bigger one. So if you're having a hard time with that one, then you can type that into your calculator, and then you get 15. And then you have to remember that it's -15. You didn't hit the second button. You have to hit second.
Yeah.
Then the button.
Not on mine.
Okay.
On mine you
Hit
have
this
to.
key first,
Mine's newer.
right here. Okay. And then hit that button, and then type in the answer, and you should get what we're looking for. Okay. So that's how you can do that on your calculator. All right. So now if we're going to do D, yes, Kara.
I got yes.
Jake, for which one? How did you do it?
I did the calculator.
Okay, what did you do on the calculator?
I did the second
Oh, yeah.
and then the sign.
Uh-huh.
And then I did, wait no, I did 3 first, and then I did the sign, and then I did 36 plus 7.
Okay, so did you close your parentheses?
Oh,
Okay, so when you do the square root thing, your parentheses comes up automatically. If you only want to take the square root of 36, you have to close that parentheses before you go plus 7. All right? Okay, okay, yeah, good. Without a calculator, yes. Okay, square root of 36 is 6. And then 3 times 6 is
18 plus 7 equals
18.
25.
You don't need to do that, okay? I know you get it, but that doesn't mean everybody does. So you gotta just relax and let other people think this through, okay? So that 18 plus 7 comes out to be 25, okay? All right, people struggled with the square root of 25 over 16 because 16 does not go into 25 evenly, so you have to use the second method. Emily, what's the square root of 25 over 16? Just that part. Good. 5 over 4. Good. So like I said, you can also take the square root of each number individually. So the square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 16 is 4. So the square root of 25 over 16 is 5 over 4. Now we need to add on to that 3/4. What's 5/4 plus 3/4? 8/4, because 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, Kara? There is, yeah. Do you see the little ABC thing?
Yeah.
Okay, if you hit a button and then the ABC thing and then the button, then that'll make it fun. What? Yeah.
No, that has exclamation points. Me too. So I put like.
Yeah, because it was underneath the square root thing, right?
Oh, wait.